Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about the Strimer Plus V2, yes that's right, which is just launched today, and I'd like to thank Lian and BlkSoda who have provided this set for me. In this video, I will talk about the differences about the Strimer Plus V2 and the original version, the build quality, and the additional features that what this Strimer Plus V2 have brought to you guys. Let's get into it. I'll first start off with the GPU Strimer Plus V2. What I have with me is the triple 8-pin. It does come with dual 8-pin. In the box itself, it comes with the strips itself. This is how it looks like. And it does come with this only one accessory part whereby you connect your Strimer Plus to this connector over here. Then from here, you can connect this to your motherboard. Now do take note that when you are connecting to your motherboard, make sure you switch off your PC before you do that, and make sure there's enough amperage for the Strimer Plus itself. Besides this, it comes with this clips over here, which I'm going to talk about it later. Going to move this aside. Coming to the main one, which is the 24-pin Strimer Plus version 2. This is the Strimer Plus 24-pin. This is how it looks like. And in the back, it comes with this controller. This is the controller that I have been talking about. And I can see that they have refined the package itself. I mean the box itself. So this is how it looks like. Oh great, they have actually done this instead of plugging the SATA source from your PSU directly to the box itself. So they have done this extension, so you can put this box freely in your case itself. And the connection point is the same, which you have a triple 8-pin or a dual 8-pin with a switch as and when, if you want, if you are using a dual 8-pin Strimer Plus, you will need to switch this over here. If you're using triple, which I'm having over here, this one, then I will need to switch over here. And this is catered for your 24-pin. Now, besides this, they do come with clips like that. And this is the cable for you to connect to the controller. Let me just untie this. As mentioned, this cable is essential, whereby it will connect using the USB, micro USB itself to the controller, which is over here. And on the other end is the USB 2.0, where you plug this to your motherboard. And this unit will react upon the new application known as L-Connect 3. So it's fully utilized, which I've actually done a video on that. If you guys are interested on how this box works, you can check out on the other video. I'll leave the URL on my top right hand corner. The differences between the V2 and the original Strimer Plus, they are of a big difference. Let me just move off this aside, the GPU Strimer Plus. I'll just concentrate on the 24-pin itself. As you can see, the original version is an arch. Reason being, due to the fact that these are braided cables, which honestly I do not like braided cables. They are hard to bend, they are hard to adjust, and when you're fitting your case, it's pretty stiff. And looking at the side itself, it's pretty wide. And the LEDs itself, are pretty narrow. So to have a distinctive look, I would prefer that there should be more gaps. And else on the 24-pin V2, this is how it looks like. It's flat and it's more flexible. See, I'm actually bending it to this. Reason being, they don't have this braided cables at the back. It's right now using all the flat cables. Probably I can just show you as a comparison. See, this is the Strimer Plus original, this is the V2. And at the side, right, look at it, how slim it is. And I can see that the material are different, and I believe that they have made use of some kind of UV reactive kind of material, which I've tested. I'm going to show you later. And if you notice the side itself, right, the original Strimer Plus does not have a diffuse strip whereby you can see the LED effects, but on the V2 itself, take a look at this. You have this here. So when your effect starts, right, when the light effect starts, you will be able to see lights at the side too. And on top of this, right, the improvement that is done, right now I'm talking about the improvement, they come with these clips. And many of us, what's this clip for? Now, take example, right now your case is white. And when you clip on, right, you might feel that, oh, at this end, showing to your audience is ugly. So what you can do is unclip. I'm actually removing this. So we can remove this clip. See, it just detached. Then remove off the Strimer Plus. And you can replace with this clip, so that you will have a white build. Though I wish that they can change this to white, but I don't think so. It's going to be a lot of work to unpin this, as I've actually done sleevings myself, so these pins are pretty hard to take out. So once you have actually done that, right, align it properly. Make sure that the cable itself, the cable over here, does not cross over this bracket over here, because if you do this right, it might just cut the cables over here. So all you need is just to place this in. Then on the other end, you hear a click. See? Then from here, right, tuck it in, then push. From here, push out. See? It clips. And this is how it looks like. So you have a white finish. This is actually to the GPU. So you have the, this is to your motherboard 24 pin, and this will show up. So giving you a white finish. This is one of the functions. Besides this, right, I would like to talk about the controller itself. Now, the original Strimer Plus will come with this controller. And this controller, right, you will need to physically press the controls over here to change the effects, or you can have this I should say the ARGB cables to connect over here and to your motherboard. Oh, sorry, this one. I took the wrong cable. So this is the one that connects to the controller itself. So when you toggle the mode switch, I think it's actually pressing it, holding on it 3 seconds. It will bypass the controller, and to make use of your motherboard utility, which you plug this into your motherboard ARGB connector, which is 5 volt. Then, yeah, this is to control the original Strimer Plus. There is a new controller that comes with this 24-pin V2, which is this. I believe some of you have actually seen the video that I've shown you that I have a engineering sample coming from Lian. So I've actually shown you how it works. So this is the controller that you will need in order to make use of the L-Connect tree to control the ARGB strips. And as mentioned, right, they have improved the connectors over here. This is the SATA, whereby you draw the power from your PSU, as in like the extension, and you plug it over here. Else for the original, right, it's kind of troublesome because you need to plug the SATA cable on this box itself. So they have actually well thought of this to provide you with this, so you don't have the hassle of plugging the SATA cable if it's not long enough, right, especially. So yeah, you can just go freely. Besides this, right, as mentioned earlier, this is the micro USB that connects to the control unit itself, and then to the USB connector to your motherboard, whereby the L-Connect tree will control the strips itself. And if you do not want the L-Connect tree to control the strips, you can make use of this, not an issue, which is to plug to the box over here. Okay, let me just plug this over here. Then over at this end, right, plug to your motherboard ARGB, whereby you make use of your motherboard ARGB utility. But of course, on L Connect 3, right, you will need to bypass, as in like to bypass the application, the L Connect 3 application, in order for your motherboard utility to work, to control the strips itself. Now I'm just going to show you some differences. As I mentioned to you, right, there are some UV reactive patterns over here as compared to the original ones. Just an illustration of the V2 itself. I know you can't see very clearly because I need to show you the box. Now, this first two streamer are the V2, and this is the original version. I just want to illustrate to you that how this toggling works. As you can see here, right, there's a switch here. So assuming that you're using a dual, which is this dual 8-pin, and not the triple 8-pin, which I'm using over here, you can switch. See, I switch. See, it jumps. And if I do this, right, switch to the triple pin, you will go to the triple pin. Let me just turn off the lights to give you a better picture. Now, as you can see, this is the triple pin, this is the 24 pin. So on the switch itself, I know you can't see it, but I've shown you earlier. If I were to switch, see, it goes to the dual pin. So this is how it functions. And this box over here, right, let me just turn on the lights again. This box over here, right, is controlled by this application called L Connect 3, which I'm going to show you on the panel right now. So having to say this, right, I can set the different functions. Like, let's say for example, right now it's rainbow. I can set it to run away, and if I were to apply, see, and of course I can switch to my triple pin, not a problem, interswitchable. But when you use the switch, right, you can only make use of one at a time. You can't use both, the GPU strips. Now, you know that the original Strimer Plus, right, it goes with all the strips, but with this, right, you can actually do this. Now, looking on my dashboard again, now on the Strimer Plus L Connect 3, you are able to toggle this. Let's say you want to set, okay, let me just switch off everything. Now, you can individually set the strips, as in like what effect you want. Let's say I set to strip 1 to this, see? You can set individually, not a problem. Now, right now, as you can see, right, I toggle apply all. In fact, you can set individually as you like. So this is the second mode. Probably it's too bright. Let me just adjust this. I should be redoing this. Let's see, apply all. Okay, this is better. Now, for strip 2, I will change it to probably blown out. See, this is what I meant. Different kinds of patterns on the individual strips. So if you want to know more about how to do these controls, right, I have a video as mentioned. Click on the top right hand corner and I'll just leave the URL over there. Speaking about the lightings itself, the effects on the brightness itself, right, my camera is picking up all the LEDs itself. By right, okay, let me just turn off the lights. By right, it should not be picking up all the LEDs itself, but my camera does. When I look at it in person, right, the diffusion is all nicely smooth. You can't see you can't really see, okay, on the V2 itself, right, I really can't see the LEDs that is showing out on the strips itself. Else for the V1, right, I still can see some. And as mentioned, right, the material is different. So looking at the side, there's this additional diffusion kind of strip that you can see on the V2, but not on the original Strimer Plus. And best part of it, right, as I mentioned, the material is different. Now, this is a UV reactive LED strip. Take a look at this. The color on the strip itself on the V2 is more vibrant. It just reflect or react upon the UV reactive. If I were to bring it to the front, right, you see? And this is the original. It doesn't really pops out. Let me see if I could just do this and let you guys see. Say I'm close to the I mean the UV LED is close to the streamer. This is the original, the first one, and this is the V2. Gonna bring it closer. See, it doesn't react on the original, but it does react on the V2. There we have it, the in-depth details about this Strimer Plus V2. Now, something to take note that this V2 controller only comes with the 24 pin, as in like when you purchase the 24 pin. It doesn't come with the dual or the triple pin for your GPU. And for those of you having the original Strimer Plus, you can get this controller separately, as I've shown you on my previous video, which is this. So it does comes with the controller and the cables needed for your original Strimer Plus, and it will work too. Before you guys go off, right, I know that I've not been talking about this, but I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about my YouTube channel and to show you some of the detailed stuff that some of you might have missed off. Let me take you to my website right now, or should I say my YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel. If you were to click on the playlist itself, right, there will be lots of lists over here, which I'm going to highlight. Things like, for example, the L-Connect itself. If those of you who are new here, right, and you want to know more about L-Connect, I've illustrated how to do the connection as in like to play with the AL and the SL fans using the L-Connect tree, and the Strimer Plus itself, the original version with this V2 controller. And of course, all the effects listed in this video itself, right, is similar to the V2 Strimer Plus, which I've shown you right now. And of course, the installation, if you run into problems. I do talk about the SL and AL fans quite a fair bit, and there are viewers who actually ask me a lot of questions, and most of them I've tried to answer. In fact, majority of them I've answered. So if you guys got questions and things like that related to the SL and the AL, right, you can watch this video. Now, do take note on this video that says do's and don'ts. It's always good to know what's the limitation of all the controllers, as in like the AL controller and the SL controller, before you proceed plugging in more and more fans, as in like daisy chain, more than 4 fans or 5 fans. I've seen people who blown their USB header on the motherboard itself, and also melting the cables on the daisy chain connection between the SL fans or the AL fans. So these are the things that I like to notify you guys and to take note on the safe side, how to operate them safely and not to overload the controllers. And especially you wouldn't want to spoil your motherboard headers. That's very critical. And of course, I've did case open view like the Lian 2, which this is the original case that I've started off with this channel, and I've gone in depth as in like how to remove off the cage and how to place the radiators and such. Same goes to the OL11, whereby I migrate my PC components from my Lian 2, the original version, to the O11D Mini. And next will be this. This was a challenge to me, as in like using a very compact case Q58. I had good times with it, as in like the cable management that I shared with, and it did help quite a number of you out there who's having this case to easily fit all the components without the cable mess. And I've enhanced in a way that I did more research on it, and to bring down the temperature of the component as illustrated in this video if you're interested. Besides all any products, right, I do products like Montec Air 100 Lite, Upcon Core Chronos, then things like the AIO. My favorite is actually to play with AIOs. I mean, not a lot of variety, but those performance ones like the Arctic Liquid Freezer 2, the EK Elite 360, and of course the latest collection that I have, right, is the Be Quiet Silent Loop 2 and all the details. And I have versus against the Arctic Liquid Freezer. That was quite funny actually. Then followed by, this is for beginners, whereby if you want to know how to build a PC itself, right, from the very beginning, and to do all the cable management, all is shown in details over here. And how do you actually install the Windows 11, and you know, the step-by-step guide. I should say this is the one that you should watch, how I build a case. How I build the component in a case. And this is whereby I test all the equipment before I place into the case itself. And things like fan tests, I have limited fans, as I am not sponsored. All this, I have actually purchased all the fans to do all the testing. There will be one more coming out, which I'm doing later, which is going to feature all the ARGB fans. Not all, but some of them. And of course, the last section, right, these are all lengthy, I should say very lengthy tutorials, whereby I guide people how to actually do the cleanup on their GPUs, or maybe doing some modes on the graphic card itself, bring down temperature after molding, things like that, cleaning out your fans, connecting wires to your normal ARGB strips or the RGB strips, things like that. Now with this said, I hope you guys have actually enjoyed what I've shared with you, and I do need a favor from you guys, as I feel that if there are more subscribers, more viewers, right, it will be easier for me to approach brands like, you know, Fantex, NZXT, or maybe okay, Lian is one of them that actually spotted my channel. Thank you very much, Lian. And BlkSoda is in fact the marketing agent for Lian, who have approached me saying that if I'm interested to do all the reviews on all the SL and the AL. At the initial start, yes, everything is off from my own expenses, but this, right, and the following up, which is the Infinity SL120, thank you very much to Lian and BlkSoda. I feel appreciative in a way that they have shown interest in my channel. Thank you very much. But again, I would like to invite every one of you to do me a favor, that's in like to spread my channel to the rest of your friends, or to anyone who actually needed help related with all this Lian ARGB stuff, right? Usher them to my channel, and with more subscribers, more viewers, right, as mentioned, I will be able to get more products and to do review. Alright then, for those of you who are actually new, welcome to my channel. If you like my content, do remember to subscribe and to click on the notification bell button. Till the next video, take care, goodbye, see ya.